Welcome back to Final Fantasy, and we're taking off right where we left off. The final battle of Nidhogg is complete. Estinian is resting in the hospital room, and we need to go check on him. So let's start that. Quickly, Roland, we must go to him. Upon proceeding to the infirmary, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety.
Estinian!
Cease your mewling, boy. It grates my ears.
Cease your mewling.
Forgive me. When I saw you awaken, I could not... It was such a relief. We feared you might never wake up.
Sure.
Now, Estinian. If Master Alphino thought any less of you, you would still be Nidhogg's plaything. Or dead.
True.
Aye, 'twas but a jest. I thank you, Alphino. And you too, Warrior of Light. Quite how you managed to persuade Hraesvogr to aid in his brood brother's downfall I cannot imagine. But full glad am I that you did. Yet again, you have achieved the impossible.
That's me.
I, for my part, owe you an apology. When last we met, I did willingly loose an arrow at your heart. Can you forgive me?
There is naught to forgive, Hameric. You but acted in defense of Ishgard as is your duty.
True.
Were you
All true.
any less single-minded about it, I would not follow you into battle, nor trust you at my back. Besides, I had come to the selfsame conclusion that I would have to perish for Nidhogg to be stopped. So let us dispense with the hand-wringing. I have heard enough mewling for one day.
Back to the mewling.
Oh!
Poor kid.
The tendrils of Nidhogg's foul presence bound up every fiber of my being, usurping my senses, but I yet retained some trace of awareness. The worm's mind was as a vast and tumultuous sea. Endlessly its black waters churned, his grief and despair at Ratatoska's murder never calming, never receding. Driven by this surging current came wave upon wave of unrelenting rancor. It was the very image of my own heart. There I saw the dark reflection of the hatred I felt after Nidhogg slew my family. When no path remained save vengeance against dragonkind. Neither one of us had a choice. But I was blessed with something Nidhogg was not. Comrades and teachers to console and admonish me. Had I not had them to gainsay my obsession, it would surely have consumed me as Nidhogg's did him, and we would have been in all respects alike. Though his shade is banished, his spirit scattered upon the sea of clouds, I feel no joy at his passing. Where once I craved vengeance, I now crave rest. Lord Commander, my hunt is at an end. I would lay down the mantle of Azure Dragoon.
My friend.
Well, what is it? What else is there to do?
He has tired himself with too many words.
Words will do that to you, I tell you.
I doubt not that he will make a full recovery, but he must be allowed some few days of quiet.
No more mewling.
I too must see my path to its end. Sleep well, my friend.
It's funny. They've got his weapon, if you can see, right next to him, leaning against a wall. I was thinking, that thing looks sharper than hell. What if it fell?
Following the battle with Nidhogg on the Steps of Faith, Sir Emeric called an assembly that he might make his final proclamation as acting head of state. "'Twas there, with one decree, that the 1,000-year rule of the archbishops was ended, paving the way for a new republic. The governance of Ishgard would now be placed in the hands of high and lowborn alike, their ranks represented by the newly founded House of Lords and House of Commons. Church was separated from state. The foundation for change had been carefully laid, and the reforms proposed by Ishgard's new government passed into law without incident. His duty done, Emeric de Burrell gladly stepped down from the Archbishop's dais, only to be raised unto the highest seat in the House of Lords.
What? Not a surprise.
Though he strove at first to refuse this honor, the unexpectedly strident voice of the Count de Durandare left him little choice but to accept. And so it was that the winds of gentle revolution came to stir.
Oh, dragons are back.
Prominent among the many honored guests at Sir Emeric's investiture were the ambassadors of Dragonkind, a fitting symbol of Ishgard's newfound peace.
Oh, is that the girl? The girl that got saved?
The people looked on in awe as he soared through the heavens on dragonback. And by their cheers did they hail him an azure dragoon for a new age.
Who are the flowers for? I wonder. Oh, there we are.
Thus were the notes of the dragon song rewritten, the din of war giving way to a rising litany of peace and hope.
Father and son. We're writing father. From the memoirs of Count Edmond de Foutemps, Heavensward. What's that quill have an endless amount of ink? Must have finished his book. I was gazing out at the sea of clouds in an all too rare moment of idleness when I chanced to behold a certain hero wending his way towards the city on dragonback. Welcome home, Roland. Nay, 'twas no grave matter that moved me to greet you in person. Between you and me, I merely sought respite from the pressures of office. No sooner do I surrender my role as temporary head of state than I'm burdened with a position of more permanent responsibility. I fancy that it echoes in some small measure the way you must feel when your improbable feats of heroism are rewarded with still more impossible challenges. The myth which guided our society for generations lies in tatters. Am I, then, to be scorned for building upon the system of nobility that I once sought to tear down? And what strange jest it is that places me at this pinnacle, an archbishop's bastard at the head of the House of Lords. Ah, but these questions are for me to answer. It's not in man's nature to change overnight. This I learned through painful experience. And it was this hard lesson which convinced me to take the path which we now follow. Even as we rebuild the bridge between man and dragon, so must be reimagined Ishgard, one carefully placed stone at a time. We must remember that it is not for us that we lay this groundwork, but for the men and women that our children will become. May their towers rise proudly from the fundament of our legacy. I hear word from Captain Whitecape that Estinian has vanished from his sick room. His willfulness survives undiminished. Should you ever happen upon our unmannered friend on your travels, pray assure him that I shall keep Ishgard safe until he deigns to come home. Thank you, Roland. And please convey my warmest regards to Master Alphino. Are we dotting the I's and crossing the T's? What's next, friends? You spoke with Sir Emmerich? I do not envy him his new position. Ishgard has chosen a new road, but one littered with the detritus of 1,000 years of broken faith. Yet though her people may stumble from time to time, I know of none better than Sir Emmerich to lead the march of progress. As for us, there remains the small matter of ushering the new dawn in the shadow of inscrutable Asian machinations and a seemingly endless possession of primals. But we too must walk our chosen path, no matter how treacherous the footing. Oh, look, we're going to get a little minion of Sir Emmerich. In the wake of Ishgard's governmental reform, new airship routes have been sanctioned. You may now travel to a selection of distant locales from the landing in Ishgard. Ooh, still cold. So cold. Oh, it's the baddies. Why is he looking into the abyss? Uh-oh, that Asian again. Thank you, Blanhars. Nay, you need not remain there. We shall rendezvous at the usual place. All is proceeding as expected, then? Aye, there's naught to concern us, aside from one overly curious mouse. This way. Him again. It is of no moment. They will play their part, and we will play ours. Is that Gridania? Must be. And thus did the gray mists give way to azure skies. Man and dragon rise above, voices joined in song. But beneath the shrouded boughs, beyond the scope of light, shadow stirs. All right, what is next? Promises kept. A new day dawns in Ishgard, and the House for Temp's Night has a tiding for you. Master Painter, you are come at most excellent time. An invitation from a truly preeminent personage was delivered to the manor but a short while ago. Would that you had been present to receive it, but in any event. Sir Emmerich de Borel, Lord Speaker of the House of Lords, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and Viscount of House Borel, cordially invites Master Painter to dine with him at his estate. You seem surprised. The messenger assured me that his lord had broached the subject with you at an earlier date, when the arrangements for the peace conference were still being finalized. Of course, the intervening moons afforded little opportunity for leisure, but with the happy advent of peace, 'tis plain that Lord Commander sees no further cause to delay. What say you? I should be glad to accept. Indeed, who would not? You will forgive me if I seem envious. I shall send word of your acceptance to Burrell Manor at once. When you are ready, pray report to the Astrologicum. They will have someone escort you the rest of the way. Well, Sir Emmerich did say he wanted to have a drink when all this was done. So maybe a drink will turn into dinner, I guess. Or come with the dinner. All right, so he said to go here. Because that's where the astrology place is. And I'm supposed to meet somebody there? Or down here? I think this is where the manor is. Greetings and well met, Master Painter. I have the honor and the privilege to serve as head steward of House Burrell, though admittedly our staff is somewhat smaller than those of other noble families, being accountable on one hand. My lord will be overjoyed to hear that you have accepted his invitation. As you will soon see, we have spared no expense. I dare say a man of action, such as yourself, enjoys nary a moment's respite. Aye, the battlefield beckons even now, I'm sure, but for this day we bid you lay down your burdens and raise a glass to peace and prosperity. Cozy fire. Big table for 2 people. And what are we having for dinner? Come on, Roland, you could have took your gloves off. What's that green stuff?
To think the Moogles would prove such harsh taskmasters. Forgive me. I did not know you had suffered so in your quest for the horn.
Moogles are fine. They're cute little things. And we're friends.
I must say, your spirited accounts always come as a welcome change from the arid reports which fill my days.
I don't know what it is about this. They always make a big deal about him not wanting to drink. I don't get it. Oh, so he's going to have a little. What is he doing? Making hot chocolate or something? I don't remember this. I mean, I remember the dinner, but I don't remember the...
Though I have lived in these lands my entire life, to hear you speak of them, there is much and more I have yet to see. Truly, yours was a marvelous journey.
Nah, it's not over yet. Though perhaps a bit long for my liking. It wasn't all sunshine and lemon cakes. Let's go with the middle one. Why don't you join me next time?
Well, truth be told, when I think back on the sweeping vistas of the churning mists, I do feel some slight pangs of wanderlust. Alas, much as I would like to accept your invitation, I fear my present duties with the House of Lords demand my undivided attention.
Of course.
Someday, perhaps. By your deeds, you have helped us to lay the foundation for lasting reform. The formation of the Republic is but the beginning, for it is not only our system of governance which must needs change. We, the people, must learn to let go of our hatreds and rise above our bloody past. I only pray that I live long enough to see us achieve some measure of success, that I might know the lost did not die in vain. I can still see you there on the steps of faith, striding fearlessly towards the worm. If you could do that, who are we to balk at the challenges ahead? The question of how best to strengthen ties with the other great nations of Eorzea has been debated at length in the Lords and Commons of late. As you may imagine, maintaining stability during this period of historic upheaval is our paramount concern. Nevertheless, we are greatly indebted to the Alliance for their support during the Grand Melee, and it would be remiss of us not to repay their faith in kind. Of course, we owe you the greatest debt of all, and it is my hope that in extending our support to you and the Scions, we might also express our gratitude to our neighbors, nay, our fellow Eorzeans, whom we pray you will continue to protect. The Lords and Commons agree on very little, but not a soul in either house begrudges your order this offer of patronage. For all you have done and will do, we thank you.
So what are we drinking here?
May I ask a personal question?
I suppose. I may not answer it.
Now that the dust has settled, what will you do? Not as a scion, I mean, but what do you want for yourself?
There isn't much for me to do other than what I'm doing.
Lord Commander, pray forgive the interruption.
Okay.
News from House Fulton?
An urgent message for the Warrior of Light. I was instructed to deliver it without delay.
Man, I can't even get a meal.
Master Thancred returned to the manor a short time ago bearing an injured maiden. Master Leveilleur and Mistress Tataru are tending to her wounds, but they like not her chances. Respectfully, my lord, they have requested the Warrior of Light's immediate presence.
You must go to them, my friend, and I shall go with you.
Okay. I guess dinner's over.
For every ending marks a new beginning. From tragedy and sacrifice, we rise to greet a new dawn, as did he.
I'm gonna have to ask Jeff who it is that's narrating now. Before it was the Count.
Only to be drawn unto another battlefield, another cause, as if by fate.
My problem is I can't distinguish voices. Sometimes I can continue. I can tell by the content or the inflections, because some people talk in a certain way that there's no mistaking. But I can't tell voices very easily. I'll have to ask Jeff. He knows all these voice actors from the game. Welcome, Master Painter. Shall I show you inside the manor? Yes, please. It might be Papalymo. I'm not sure. Oh, it's Alize.
Yes. Is that...
Alize, Alphino's twin sister. She ran afoul of the Warriors of Darkness. I had been tracking them since the ceremony at Falcon's Nest. Little did I know I was not the only one. Evidently, she had learned of their activities and attempted to shadow them on her own. Poorly. I rescued her in the Twelveswood, and together we fled north. But though I made every effort to cover our tracks, they caught up with us on the Ishgardian border. And in the ensuing struggle, Alize took an arrow to the shoulder. 'Twas only after we had made good our escape that I realized it was poisoned.
That makes me angry.
Thank you for coming so quickly. And you, Sir Emmerich.
What I mean by what makes me angry is that somebody that is supposed to be, an expert archer and, that kind of thing, but yet they have to poison their arrow, that's... If you're going to kill somebody with a bow and arrow, make sure you do it with a good shot, not nick them and let them die of poisoning. That's cowardly, in my opinion.
Think nothing of it. How is she?
We have done all we can for now. Although the immediate danger has passed, the poison yet lingers in her blood. We came to Eorzea together, hoping to bring salvation to the realm our grandfather gave his life to protect. But when confronted with the bitter realities of its politics and its petty powermongers, she was driven to anger and to doubt. She refused to become embroiled in what she termed Eorzea's squabbles and distance herself from the Scions. Though she remained hopeful of a brighter future, she would walk her own path. Would that it had not been so perilous. For all our differences, she's as dedicated as any Scion to the salvation of Eorzea. But more than that, she is my sister. To be reunited with her, only to lose her forever. gods, even to speak the words.
Take heart, Master Alphino. She will be attended by our most skilled chirurgeons. Bear Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary at once. Apprise Captain Whitecape of the situation, and inform him that she is to be treated as my personal charge.
Alphino, is the Warrior of Light... is he with you? Don't go, there is something I must say.
It's for you.
The Warriors of Darkness are in league with the Ascians. Slaughtering the Primals is but the first step in their plan. They make for Zelphatol to bring about Garuda's summoning and to kill her. You must stop them.
I shall inform the others at once.
Master Thancred, I would ask that you accompany Mistress Leveilleur to the infirmary. Your knowledge of her injuries may well prove useful in determining her treatment.
Good advice.
Of course.
I'm not sure, but I think what Alize means when she says she wants us to stop the Warriors of Darkness, I don't think she's talking about stopping her from killing Garuda. I think she's talking about stopping them from whatever in the hell they're doing. The whole thing. Surely they won't let her. I know. We must trust in Captain Whitecape and his chirurgeons. Did they not bring Estinian back from the very brink of death? I'm uncomfortably reminded of how he mocked me for praying at his bedside for days on end. What say you, my friend? Shall we turn our attention to a matter whose conclusions we may yet have the power to influence? Shadow of the First. As Alphino and many others to know all too well, there is no rest for the righteous. So the Warriors of Darkness and the Ascians are conspiring to bring about Garuda's summoning, that they might put her to the sword. Then, when we first encountered them in the lost Ostgath, when they were confronting Ravana, gods, has this been their aim all along? What do you intend to do, Master Alphino? There's much and more I do not understand, but I know this. A primal summoning cannot be ignored. Alize risked her life to uncover this plot, and we squander her gift at our peril. Roland, will you accompany me to Zelphatol and help me stop the Ixal's ritual? Sounds like a dungeon. Given that Ishgard shares a border with the Ixal homeland, we have a vested interest in the outcome of this ritual. We have been willing to suffer the Beastman's intrusions into Korthian lands to a point, but the summoning of a primal is an escalation we cannot abide. You shall have our fastest airship, Master Alphino. The mountains of Zephalol are not easily traversed, and this endeavor demands all haste. The gesture is most appreciated, Sir Emmerich, but I fear an aerial approach is destined to fail. This is their homeland, after all, and Ixal dirigibles are not to be underestimated. No, experience tells me that the only conceivable approach is by land. I believe it would be wiser to cross the Zephalol by way of the mountain pass east of Camp Dragonhead. In that case, I shall send instructions for a contingent of camped knights to be placed at your disposal. They will secure you safe passage through the mountains and escort you thence to Zephathol. Though my men are unqualified to confront Primal, they are more than capable of contending with Ixal. We should be glad of their assistance, Lord Emmerich. Lord Edmond. In the event Mistress Alisaie regains consciousness, we will share with you any additional information that we may provide. May the Fury watch over and keep you safe. Then let us be off. We can procure any additional supplies we require in Camp Dragonhead. Alrighty, well, I guess we're off to Camp Dragonhead, but that's a story for another day. I'm out of time today, and we'll continue on in the next episode. I hope you join me there. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ta for now.